Yo, what's up to you guys? Welcome to In the Studio with Sims. Today I'm gonna show you guys how to use multi-band compression, a very powerful technique. So I'm gonna use one of my tracks entitled Reinvention. It's available on all streaming platforms. I'm gonna put a link at the bottom. So before we go any further, please can you just subscribe to my channel? Just hit the subscribe button because we're gonna be bringing dope tutorials that can help us improve our mixes. So let's just get straight into it. So I'm gonna play you the track without the multi-band compressor, but I think I have to include the rest of the effects, excluding the sounds like the reverbs. So right, listen.
We gonna pray, we gonna fast, we gonna tithe, we gonna give, we gonna spread in the gospel, we gonna make cause it saints though, we gonna spread in the gospel, we gonna make cause it saints though, we gonna pray, we gonna fast, we gonna tithe.
Right, so that's my track, the Reinvention. So I'm gonna play your solo without the multi-band compressor, then we'll start getting into it and I'll show you what's happening. So right, listen.
We gonna pray, we gonna fast, we gonna tithe, we gonna give, we gonna spread in the gospel, we gonna make cause it saints though, we gonna spread in the gospel, we gonna make cause it saints though, we gonna pray.
Right, so first things, what's a multi-band compressor? A multi-band compressor is a compressor that targets certain bands and it starts compressing them individually. And what are the advantages of using a multi-band compressor? Like honestly speaking, I use a multi-band compressor like on all my mixes. I really love a multi-band compressor. As for now, I'm using a C6 from Waves. It's a good multi-band compressor. I love this multi-band compressor. So let's just get straight into it, no wasting time. Right, first of all, I went to my 6000 hertz. What am I doing at the 6 kilohertz? I'm compressing the high end. You get it? So I'm gonna play your I'm just gonna solo here, then you hear the frequencies that I'm compressing. Listen. Why am I compressing here? Is because I'm just compressing something like I'm compressing the high end so that it controls those S's and the T's, the siblings, so that they don't become painful. Because what I wanted to achieve with this vocal, I wanted a big vocal that's actually big but with less presence. You get what I'm saying? I didn't want it to be bright. Right, so with this, I'm gonna bypass on and off. Listen.
We gonna pray, we gonna fast, we gonna tithe, we gonna give, we gonna spread in the gospel, we gonna make cause it saints though, we gonna spread in the gospel, we gonna make cause it saints though.
As you can hear when it reaches the part where it says, we're gonna spread in the gospel, those S's, it controls it attenuates those S's. I'm gonna play it again. Pay attention to the S's and the T's. Listen.
We gonna pray, we gonna fast, we gonna tithe, we gonna give, we gonna spread in the gospel, we gonna make cause it saints though, we gonna spread in the gospel.
As you can hear when I engage it, it attenuates those S's. Right, next I went to this which range did I go? I went to this 2396 hertz. Then what I did is I played around with my Q. I put my Q to 10. What's happening is this is a frequency that I don't like when it comes to mixing. This is that type of frequency that if you boost, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me go to my EQ. Right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna open up my EQ. Right, so I want to show you the frequency that I'm boosting. This is the 2396. I want you to hear 2000. Where am I 2396. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna boost. I want you to listen to the frequency that I'm attenuating using the C6. So listen.
We gonna pray, we gonna fast,
You hear that frequency?
we gonna tithe, we gonna give, we gonna spread in the gospel, we gonna make cause it saints though.
That's the frequency that I'm trying to kill using my C6. So I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna bypass on and off. I want you to listen.
We're gonna pray, we're gonna fast, we're gonna tithe, we're gonna give, we're gonna spread in the gospel.
Listen.
We're gonna pray, we're gonna fast, we're gonna tithe, we're gonna give, we're gonna spread in the gospel, we're gonna make us the saints though.
So as you can hear, it just controls that that sound that kind of hurts on the ear. Next, I went to my low end. I went to the 140 hertz. What am I doing with this 140 hertz? With this 140 hertz, I'm compressing the low end. What's happening, guys, is I'm telling the multi-band compressor that each time this low end wants to pass this range, I want you to take it down. That's the most this is a very powerful technique. If you're not using multi-band compression, you need to start using it. So I'm gonna bypass on and off. Listen.
We're gonna tithe, we're gonna give, we're gonna spread in the gospel, we're gonna make us the saints though, we're gonna spread in the gospel.
As you can hear, I'm controlling that low end. I don't need this when it comes to for it to be within the beat. Why? Because that's where my 808 is. I don't want this to be competing with my 808, because when I add compression without removing this, it's gonna boost this vocal, and the vocal is gonna become too boomy and it's gonna compete with my 808. So I'm gonna bypass on and off. Listen.
We're gonna pray, we're gonna fast, we're gonna tithe, we're gonna give, we're gonna spread in the gospel, we're gonna make us the saints though, we're gonna spread in the gospel, we're gonna make us the saints though, we're gonna pray.
As you can hear, when I engage this this range over here, the vocal kind of opened up a little bit. I had a little bit of clarity. Last but not least, I went to the 348 hertz. Why did I choose the 348 hertz? When you are mixing vocals, you have to know that from around 300 to around maybe 390, that's where you get, that's where the muddiness of the vocal lays. This is something that everyone should know. That 300 range, I always remove a lot. I removed it before with my EQ, so I'm trying to remove it again with the multi-band compressor. So I'll show you what I'm removing. Listen, this is the sound I'm removing. Listen.
We're gonna pray, we're gonna fast, we're gonna tithe, we're gonna give, we're gonna spread in the gospel, we're gonna make us the saints though, we're gonna spread in the gospel.
So I'm gonna bypass on and off. Listen.
We're gonna pray, we're gonna fast, we're gonna tithe, we're gonna give, we're gonna spread in the gospel, we're gonna make us the saints though.
So what's happening over here is that when I engage this 348 hertz, I heard the vocal opening up. That's what happened. It lost muddiness and I gained clarity. So that's another way of getting clarity within a vocal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bypass the whole multi-band compressor. I want you to listen to this. The multi-band okay, let's just get it. Bypass on and off. Listen.
We're gonna pray, we're gonna fast, we're gonna tithe, we're gonna give, we're gonna spread in the gospel, we're gonna make us the saints though, we're gonna spread in the gospel, we're gonna make us the saints though.
Guys, this is a very powerful technique. If you're not using multi-band compression, you are losing it. What I heard myself personally as an engineer is when I engage the C6, even the vocal, what it's doing is it went to the high end, it evened the high end, it went to the mids, it went to the lows, it gives me a more even vocal in terms of the tone. This is a powerful technique. If you're not using it, guys, I would advise you to start using multi-band compression. So I'm gonna bypass in context with the music and you hear. Listen, because when we're mixing vocals to a beat. Listen.
We're gonna pray, we're gonna fast, we're gonna tithe, we're gonna give, we're gonna spread in the gospel, we're gonna make us the saints though, we're gonna spread in the gospel, we're gonna make us the saints though, we're gonna pray, we're gonna fast, we're gonna tithe, we're gonna give.
Guys, this is a powerful technique, multi-band compression. Another tip, just a few notes concerning multi-band compression that I just want to give you is that when you're using a multi-band compressor, when you sing or when you rap, there's certain points or certain parts in the song whereby you can lose your bass, your vocal can become thin, or there's times whereby your vocal gains more bass. And so with the multi-band compressor, what it's doing is, when you gain too much bass, you've already put a compressor. You're telling it that, guy, if you hear this bass, I want you to take it down a little bit. It's gonna give you a very good concise vocal throughout the mix. You get what I'm saying? This is a powerful technique, multi-band compression. Guys, I'm gonna put the details, everything at the bottom. Till we meet next time. Peace.